right, here we are in Rochester, New York for UPW action. Nick, the Natural Sullivan, kind enough to join me. How you doing, sir?
Doing good, man. How are you doing today?
Not too bad. Year and a half in the business.
Yep.
Man, what got you into this business?
Well, prior to getting into professional wrestling, I wrestled in college and I wrestled overseas. Doing freestyle and Greco. I wrestled when I was 5 years old, and I've always been a big wrestling fan since I was a little kid. My grandfather, my mom, my dad, they all got me into it. And when I was a young child, I grew up during the New Generation era and like the Attitude era, so watching like Stone Cold, Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, all those guys. And I remember since kindergarten, it's like that's something I've always wanted to do, and this is to be the best of my ability and taking 110%.
Nice. So, how much did your amateur background help you in transitioning to the pros?
It went fairly quickly because prior to doing this, I was contacted by Mark House.
Okay.
Him and I would talk a lot, and I showed up at the school one day and started transitioning from there. It's different because obviously we all know in amateur wrestling, it's one-on-one competition, boom, boom, go, 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 go.
Yep.
In pro wrestling, it's so much different. You slow the pace down. It's all about mannerisms, character, how to get the crowd moving. Yeah. It's about character development. So the transition went somewhat smoothly because I'm still learning.
Right.
Not to be so fast because as a big, I'm so fast. If I go against a little guy, I'm going to be either not as fast, just as fast, or close enough to his speed level. So learning to slow down and get my mannerisms, everything going. Because like with me, like this is something that I love. And my goal is to make it to the top and just keep grinding and keep going.
With you being in the business a year and a half, what was your first match like? Were there any butterflies at all?
Oh, no matter what, I take it just like how amateur wrestling. If you're not nervous, then you're not having fun. Or it's like, why are you here? If you don't get nervous every time you go out, I'm going to be nervous today even when I wrestle. But I know when I go out there with the guys, the support of the fans, and just knowing my ability. Mm-hmm. And I'm somebody I want to be a perfectionist, but obviously we all know things can happen, we can mess up. But my goal is I always study as much as possible just to make sure everything's perfect up to key. But again, it's society, and we're all human, so we're all bound to mess up. But my first match was squash. I'll never forget, I gave the guy a Stan Hansen lariat, and after that it was game over. So.
Whoops.
Yeah. I was like, all
right. Did you have a chance to see All In?
Yes.
Okay. What were your impressions?
I'm glad what they're doing with the product when it comes to independent wrestling in general. Like when I was a little kid, I never knew what independent wrestling was. I only knew there was WWE, WWF back in the day, WCW and ECW. I remember one day at Media Play, I saw stuff like XPW, FMW. There's a lot of different independents. I'm like, what's this?
What is this? These guys.
What the hell is this? I started to watch that stuff on the product, but I'm glad what Cody Rhodes and Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, with those guys, they're trying to do a transition into independent wrestling because they're trying to show a story and tell everybody, hey, we're just as good as the top guys, or we can draw a crowd just as well as the WWE.
Yep.
But me personally, my goal is to make WWE, and I know there's certain steps and barriers and everything you have to overcome and overtake, and that's my goal, is to break through every door, every barrier I can.
What drives you?
Honestly, coming from an amateur background, I'm very competitive. My goal is to be the best. I watch everyone's matches. I watch stuff from obviously us, ESW, Nickel City, Dynasty. I've done shows at Dynasty, Excite. So watch a lot of stuff that's around the Central New York area, and see like, oh, I like to work with this guy, that guy, ever so in between. And like with me, as I stated before, I'm a very competitive person. Like you'll see me today and you'll watch my stuff online. I'm very aggressive. Like in my mind, I'm in nationals again. I'm wrestling overseas in Germany. Like to me, it's like I'm gonna make people like realize like, hey, this kid does not screw around.
What was it like wrestling overseas?
It was fun. Like I've been doing since I was a little kid. My wrestling coach, who's coached since I was a young child, he's like a father figure to me. And obviously my family, we're all close knit. And I remember he used to beat the shit out of me every practice. Like we used to get in fist fights, but help me become tougher. This way he trained me, I wanted to be a wrestling machine. And it was overwhelming because you get to see the culture. Let's say, for example, like Puerto Rico, Amsterdam, we've been to the Netherlands, so you get to see that type of culture. It's like, oh, wow, this is interesting. But the wrestling like credibility there. Like to them, like they get paid to do that. When it comes to freestyle grapple, like to them, it's their livelihood, it's their lifestyle. Because these guys are training for the Junior Olympics, World tournaments. Like this is what they live for.
Wow. Well, I want to thank you for your time. Best of luck to you in the
Thank
future.
you very much.
Nick, the Natural Sullivan.